Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm back, you guys. Oh, I had a really busy week last week after the freeze. There was so much work to do in the yard. And today it's 70 degrees, you guys. It's so crazy. This weather is just crazy, but I'll take the warm weather anytime, any day. We had a hard freeze. It rained and rained and rained, and the trees just were iced over. And I mean, trees just broke apart, limbs just came down all over the place here. I mean, the roads were impassable. It was really, really crazy. We lost electricity for a little while. Our electricity went off for, I think, the first 12 hours, and it came back on, and it went off. So the couple of days it was off and on, touch and go. But it wasn't as cold as the last time, and it didn't snow, but there was ice everywhere. So, by the third day, it all, was pretty much melted, except for under the tree. It's so weird. The trees that fell, the big, huge branches that were like, 1,000-pound branches, they still had ice clinging to them. Even after it all warmed up, it was 50 degrees and there was still ice under the trees. It was really weird. We were pulling tree limbs with ice on it. So me and my husband had to clean up the yard ourselves. Of course, we have two strong grandsons that live here and my other daughter. But of course, whenever there's any work to be done, they all disappear. They all got things to do. So me and my husband, we had to do it ourselves. Nobody's helping the grandparents. I don't know what's wrong with this generation, but it is what it is. We got it done. It took about 4 days to get it done. We were thinking about maybe renting a mulcher and mulching it all up, but ultimately we burned it, and it took a while to burn. But it was faster, and it's gone. It's done. And so we had to wait. There were some days it was so windy we couldn't burn, but my husband got all of it done on the last day. On the fourth day, he burnt the rest of it. So yay, it's all done. It's all cleaned up. It was a lot of work, but hey, we got to work out. We got our, we're still strong. We can still do it. Thank goodness. And we did. But my husband had the chainsaw out there, and he makes me nervous. He had come in once. He went outside to do it himself on the first day, like the day after. I was really busy, and he comes in. Oh my gosh, y'all. He just came in like, he was just screaming and, carrying on. He came here and sat right down. I was here doing a reading. He came here and sat right down here on this little couch. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's the matter? And he said, a tree limb fell on me. And I'm like, what? All the tree limbs are down. How could one fall on you? I don't understand. They're already down. There was this huge limb. I mean, huge, 1,000-pound limb. And it was standing upright by a few smaller branches. And he cut the smaller branch off, and it tumbled over. And it was above his head. I'm like, do not go out there and do any more work without me being there with you. It hit him in the back of the neck, and he fell face down with the branch on top of him. He said, I crawled out from under the branch. He scraped his knee all up, and oh my gosh. I told him, I will come out there tomorrow with you, and I will help you. Please don't do anything else. So he stopped, and I went out there for the next 3 days. I helped him. So, yeah, he's okay. He's fine. He's dangerous. He can be a dangerous guy, Like, he had no more incidents after that. So, anyway, we got it all done. It's all done and cleaned up. Everything's great. So, hopefully you guys are doing well and experiencing a little better weather right now. I know there's always somebody that's having some bad weather, so I know there's still some crazy weather going on, I think, on the East Coast. My granddaughter's over there. She'll be coming home, I think, March the 5th, so she's coming home pretty soon from school for her spring break. I can't wait to see her. It's not been that long that she went back to school, but, every couple of months she gets to come home, and I'm looking forward to seeing her. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so you guys ready to tell your honey how much you love them? I always tell my family, we celebrate Valentine's Day on the 15th. Because who wants to go out and fight the crowds? You want to go out to eat on Valentine's Day? It's crazy. They want you to eat real quick and get the hell out and let the next person come in, you know? So I wouldn't even want to go out on Valentine's Day. And then you get candy for half price. So let's wait one day after. So I think we already bought some candy for our granddaughters and stuff that we bought Godiva candies. So, but hey, I might buy some Valentine candy on sale. Who knows? I don't know if I told you guys that my daughter's little dog died. I don't know if I told y'all in the last video that I made. So she had a little poodle. When she first moved in here with her children, they've been here for like a year and a half now. She moved in with 3 cats and 2 dogs. And then we have 2 dogs. And when she first moved in, I don't think we had our cat yet when she first moved in. We got it the right after she moved in. Anyway, she's down to 1 cat. So her poodle that was elderly, he was 15 years old, I believe, and he was blind and deaf. And but you would never even know it. When I went in the kitchen, he'd come right in there. He'd want his treat. When I'm eating dinner, he would come sit by my feet and want my scraps. You know, he knew what was going on, even though he was blind and deaf. He knew where to go out and stand. He embarked to get out, go to the restroom. You know, he was still all with it, even though he had to go out multiple times. You know, he was elderly, and he wanted. Sometimes you would put him out 4 times in a row. You know. He had a terrible seizure, you guys. Of course, it's always like on a weekend and late in the evening that things like this happen. I don't know why. And my daughter wasn't even home. I was at home. I was laying on the bed here, and my husband runs in and says, I think the dog's dying. This dog had the most horrendous seizure that just would not stop. Or if it did, it was just going from one into another. It was horrible. And I was just petting him and trying to keep him calm. And, oh, it was terrible, y'all. It was just terrible, terrible, terrible. It lasted a couple hours that he did that. My daughter did come home after it had 30 minutes after it started. And she just took over. And he had had seizures in the past. So she thought, this is another one of the seizures. But it just didn't end. It wouldn't end. It was bad. It was really bad. And then he was unconscious after that. And, we put him in his bed, and he was limp and unconscious. He wasn't in pain or anything. I put a heating pad under his bed, and we put a little blanket on him and everything. And he never regained consciousness, and I checked on him like at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my daughter was checking on him and everything, and he passed away in the early morning between 4 and 6 o'clock, something like that. He passed away. So, of course, my older daughter, now this is about 2 weeks ago now, that this happened. And my younger daughter, I have to say, I said older, my younger daughter, she's kind of living with her boyfriend now, but she still has her room here, so she kind of comes and goes. She has a puppy, and she has 2 dogs here that she hasn't taken with her, that 125-pound dog. So we lost one, and now she has a puppy, and I told her, you do not need a puppy. I'm not taking care of a puppy. Do not bring a puppy here. I've babysat the puppy now at least 3 times. Yes. She was like, Mom, can you just watch him for 2 hours? I need to go to Walmart. She can't bring the dog to Walmart. She can't really leave him alone. I gave her a kennel, a big kennel it's a little tiny puppy that they found. They live in an area that's a ranching area, and sometimes people dump their dogs off and stuff. And there were some puppies there, and she said after that freeze that we had, she stayed here with me during the freeze. And when she got back to her boyfriend's house, there were the puppies. There was only 1 puppy left, so they had died during the freeze. So she wanted that last puppy. She wanted to save it, and the mama was kind of rejecting it. And it only looked about 4 weeks old. It was pretty little. So she said Mama wouldn't let it, drink from her or anything, so she took it. That's what she said anyways. And we've been taking care of it off and on. Like I said, I've had it at least 3 times. Mama can't say no when she knows it. So she's like, I'll be right back, okay? And then she left, she comes back. She needed to go somewhere else. And I was in another room, and she tells her dad, can you watch this puppy? I'll be back in 1 hour. And I'm like, I already watched it for 2 hours. She knows what she's doing. I told her, you need to find a home for this dog. You have 2 dogs you can't take care of. Please don't bring another dog. I don't want another dog here. We're reducing, not increasing, but I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to be strong, and I don't know, she gets her way all the time. She's the baby of the family. What can I say? She's got me around her finger. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in the world. Earthquake. The earthquake in Turkey and Syria. God bless them. That is so devastating and so horrible. My husband has family that lives in Turkey, but they live, I think, more in the northern side of Turkey. Because a lot of people from Iran, they move to Turkey, they go to Turkey, they live there, they go back and forth. But it's not the southern side where Syria is, where they had the earthquake. So they're safe, thank goodness. But gosh, it's just devastating what these people have gone through. It's just horrible. So many people are trapped by concrete, and even now they're still finding people alive after being in the earthquake for a week, being trapped for a week. They're finding people alive. I heard they found some more since then, but y'all heard about the father and the son that they found that were in there for a week. They've, babies. God bless them. And just pray that the people that are trapped get saved. What a horrible, horrible way to die, to be trapped there. I know you guys heard about this too. There was a fire. There was one building that went down, and they could hear the family. They were talking to the family and everything. And then there was a fire, and after the fire, the communication stopped. So it's horrible. I think the smoke got to them. They didn't have any oxygen. So these people really need help. The people that, their homes are demolished. There's no infrastructure really there to take care of all these people that are now homeless. They need food. They need a shelter. They need, everything. They need every little thing that you can think of. These people are in need of now. There's been, I think it was like around 35,000 people they're saying that have passed away from the earthquake as of yet. There's probably a lot more than that. Also, hospitals are overwhelmed. They can't handle it. And they're also worried about a cholera outbreak. There's so many things going on there. There's so much devastation, poor sanitation, no food, no water, clean water. And, it's horrific. It's really horrific. So prayers are needed. Also, they need donations. There's Doctors Without Borders that you could go donate to them. Also, I looked up one place that you can find a lot of, you don't want to donate to somebody that is not real, not a fake donation site or anything. If you go to The Guardian, and click on that, they have links to real organizations that need help that are asking for donations. So if you want to help and you can, make a donation, go to The Guardian and find, a place that you feel connected to make a donation to. So that would be really helpful. All right. We're going to talk about China in a little bit, but China did send, I read that they sent a ton of tents, like 53 tons of tents to the people. So good on them. Also, Germany is offering up some temporary visas to earthquake victims so they can, get out of there. It's cold there too. They need to go somewhere. They need to be protected. Even in a tent would be really cold. Just think about that. But Yeah. Prayers to all the people affected by the earthquake. God bless all of them. I pray that all their needs will be met. Also, there's a viewer here that I've been working with and doing healings with, actually for some time. Uh, she's she needs y'all's prayers also. I'll ask that you guys keep her. Her name is Karen. She's been diagnosed with cancer, and I ask you guys to please keep her in your prayers, your thoughts and prayers. She's having an MRI today. So God bless you, Karen. God bless you. Please keep her in your prayers, you guys. Um, she's going through a really difficult time in her life, and she needs all the prayers she can get. But I have really high hopes for her. I really do. Okay, so also over the weekend, I know y'all heard about this because that's all that's going on in the news besides, uh, the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I know y'all watched that yesterday. We had a Super Bowl party at my daughter's house. She's very good at doing Super Bowl parties. She has a big screen projection, on the wall, so we can watch it. It's a whole huge wall. It's got a theater, so it was really really nice. We watched it there. The only problem was we couldn't quit talking because that's what us girls do. And my husband kept saying, "Be quiet," because we kept talking about other things. And I'm like, "You can see it. You're watching the play. We can talk." But he wanted us to be quiet during the football game, but we couldn't. We had, she made Shaloski's. I don't know if y'all know what that is, a Shaloski sandwich, homemade. And it tasted exactly like Shaloski's. It was so good. She made the bread herself. She made sourdough bread. She made them like this huge. They were delicious. I brought some dip and I made a cake. I made a chocolate peanut butter cake. It was good. My other daughter brought another cake. So I ate so much, you guys. I had heartburn last night trying to sleep. It was terrible. I thought my food was going to come out. And right now it's past noon and I haven't eaten nothing and I'm not hungry. That's how much I ate. Yeah, can y'all see this? Yeah, I've been not controlling my eating lately, to say the least. But it was really good, and it was a good game too. So it was a really close game. I cannot believe the Chiefs got really lucky with one, that kick. And it was so funny how they were just trying to hold back, and let the time go by so that they could kick the ball and win. And they did. So they were lucky. I think they were just lucky. They both played very, very well. They really did. But, Chiefs won. And that, what is it? Mahomes? He's so young. And this is his second Super Bowl, the quarterback. Yeah, he's 27 years old and it's in his second Super Bowl. It's fantastic. So good on him. It was exciting. I was rooting for the Chiefs because my friend's from Kansas, so I had to, she used to live in Kansas City, so she's kind of roaming around now. They have an RV and they're doing the roaming life, but they're still fans, Kansas City fans. So we had to root for the Chiefs. My husband was rooting for the Eagles. I was rooting for the Chiefs, but they won. Yay. It was a good game. All right, so now let's talk about the objects that were shot down over the weekend, and it's been going on, I guess, for now a week, but now 4 objects. So first they said it was a Chinese surveillance spy balloon that was as big as 3 school buses. That's a lot. That payload was huge. And of course, the Republicans are making a big thing. Why didn't you shoot it down right away? Who cares if it fell on a house and killed somebody? They like to make a problem out of nothing. They could not ever say anything good about the administration doing anything, no matter if it was good or not. But anyway, they waited till it was all over water so that they could shoot it down without the debris falling and killing somebody or, damaging somebody's property or home or, killing their child or something. That'd be horrible. What would they be saying if they shot it down and it killed somebody, So they make a fuss about anything, no matter what. But I do feel like it was a spy balloon, just like they said. It really, really was. A lot of people were asking, maybe it was extraterrestrial or something like that. I don't feel like that was. I do believe this was, something that was surveilling the country. That's what it was. So that being said, now how come we've all of a sudden, now it's 4. Now we had 3 others in a row. And these were all shot down right away. They didn't wait for them to, go across the whole United States and then shoot them down in the ocean. They shot one down in Canada, the other one, Minnesota or something, was it? I don't even remember. But the last one, I was really shocked because, I didn't even know that had happened. I was like, what? There was another one? There was a 4th one? Oh my gosh. So, what is this? This is what I feel it is. This is what I'm getting from my spirit team when okay. This is so weird, y'all. These were different. I feel like they were different objects. They weren't all the same. They're different. They were different. So they're different sizes, different shapes. And I feel like that the U.S. knew exactly what they were. They knew exactly what they were shooting down. It's not like they were shot down something and they didn't know what it was or what would happen when they shot it down or how big it was or anything. They knew exactly what it was. I feel like they were relatively empty. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be a big debris field. If there was any debris, it wouldn't be, have a huge impact. They weren't worried about it killing somebody, basically, if they shot them down. And they did shoot them down in remote places. So, and they also say it's so remote that we can't retrieve it because there's snow and ice, and then the other one, it's in deep, deep water, and we probably will never even find it. So that's kind of weird, right? Isn't that kind of weird that we can't retrieve any information? Just so happens they're both in very remote locations. Everything is too remote. Don't have any information. So now there's a lot of speculation going on. And I feel like that's really what they want to happen. This is more like changing the narrative. This is the United States taking, it's like wag the dog, basically. That's what I feel like this is. Now, 2 things can be true. You know what I mean? Our government can be telling us the truth and lying to us at the same time. So, like a part of the truth, you know what I mean? And then they might say, we don't know what these were, but this was a spy balloon. We're under surveillance by China. All that is true. But also, I feel like they knew what these other items, these objects are. They know what they are, basically. But they're kind of leaving us to speculate about, is this Russia? Is this China? Is this extraterrestrial? It's like they want to get this narrative going in the public domain. Like that's what we're really focusing on and looking at and thinking about. Because, the Republicans would like us to be thinking about other things like Biden's laptop and, just other deranged things. So I feel like this is our government taking over the narrative. And it's like making a mountain out of a molehill. That's what I'm thinking and feeling. That's what I'm getting. So it is true that China has a high altitude surveillance program. That's true. And so do we. even though they don't admit that. We spy on them also. Of course we do. You know, they're not going to say that, but of course we do. Of course. Do you remember when Clinton got in trouble when he was in office and he got impeached and all? And I always tell my husband, because my husband, you know, he can tell a story like that. Like, if you don't ask the right question, he won't tell you the right answer. He'll only answer very specifically. So, and I tell him, don't you Clinton me. But, you know, when Clinton, he was telling the truth, he said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Well, that was true. Maybe he didn't, but he did other things, right? So you got to ask the right question. Did you take a cigar? No. But you know what I'm talking about, right? So I feel like that's how the government is. You're not asking the specific right questions, you know, and they'll give you part of the answer that is the truth, but not the whole truth, right? They'll give you the truth, but not the whole truth. That's lying by omission, right? So they're still telling a lie, but they can cover it up with an umbrella of truth, a little particle of truth, I guess. And there are all kinds of things out there in the atmosphere for research and, weather. There's all kinds of things that the U.S. has out there themselves. And, they could shoot down one of their own little balloons or, research devices, objects, and, put out a lot of speculation about it. Also, there's organizations that collect data, that collect information and climate information, research. They also, could have been in the wrong place. You know what I mean? Be at the wrong altitude or be in airspace they shouldn't have been in. And they could have gotten shot down because they're, breaking the law, basically. And you might not hear them screaming about it because they were the ones breaking the law, and they're just going to be like, okay, that's what we get. You know what I mean? So we might not hear too much about them. And then the administration may not go after them because they just want to keep the speculation going and everybody's quiet about what it really was, just so that we'll speculate what it is. I don't feel like we need to be super worried about this or anything. I know that our government, our government is there. They're protecting us and taking care of us, watching our skies. And I feel very safe, and you guys should too. I think everything is fine. We don't have anything really to be worried about. Yes, we all spy on each other. Yes, that is true. And this is more, like I said, I feel like this is just more of a distraction. This is just a narrative to, keep us focused on something else. Wag the dog. Now the news is about Trump's attorney finding that classified information had been put on a laptop and a thumb drive. What? This is crazy. So an aide that worked for Donald Trump, his organization Save America PAC, that's an organization that Trump founded, started transcribing classified documents and putting it in a computer and on a thumb drive. Why? What for? Why would they need to do that? This is classified information. Now, I know I did see on one of the talk shows that his attorney came out and said that it was so innocuous that aide didn't even know what they were doing. Hello. Yes, they did. That aide knew exactly what they were doing. I am being shown this aide would do anything for Donald Trump, anything. And that's a shame. Maybe he wouldn't commit murder, but he would do just about anything for him. And that's the way these people are. They're so loyal. There's some of them that are just so loyal to Donald Trump. They'll do anything, even break the law. And they had to know that this is classified information and they shouldn't be reading it or seeing it at all, obviously. Anybody, just a regular person like me and you know better than that, right? So this is information that is a tool to help Donald Trump. That's what I'm being shown. That's why it's being preserved. That's why they wanted to preserve it on a thumb drive. It's for Donald Trump, hands down. This is just information that he can use in the future, basically. And I guarantee you that Jack Smith has already questioned this aid, because this happened in December, and I am sure if I'm sure he's been questioned. I'm sure this aid has already been questioned. They understand everything that Donald Trump is doing completely. All these classified documents that they're just popping up everywhere. It seems like, Pence has them, Biden has them all over the place. Everybody. And I told you before in the other video that I had made that this is carelessness. This is sloppiness. And it is. It really is. This is just things that have been mishandled. But that being said, number one, it's going to change. This isn't going to happen anymore. They're going to put in some new laws. They're going to make sure that this doesn't happen anymore. I promise you. But I feel like Trump really capitalized on this, on all this carelessness. And that's what Donald Trump does. He is really good about seeing things and seeing, oh, look what look, nobody's watching. This is what I can do because nobody's watching. And, oh, there's some classified documents going in here. Look, wow. You know what I mean? That's how he is. He can see the worst and do something for himself with it. So that's what he's done. He wants to use this. Now, you would think he'd want to use this to exchange, like a spy. It's not like that. It's not like he's going to go and use this and go sell the information as a spy. He's going to use this for leverage, basically. That's what I feel like Donald Trump does best. He leverages information that he gets on people, and that's what he's doing with these classified documents. It's like it could be used as a pressure campaign. It can be used as a bargaining tool. The more that you know about a country, a person, the more that you can make them see things your way, basically, right? So that's how he uses information to, pressure people to see things his way. And I don't know, he's a stinker. I don't know why but people are afraid to really call him out because that's what him and his son did. That's what they do. That's what they're good at, accumulating information about other people. And that we think everybody's so loyal to Donald Trump, but really they have a lot of information on a lot of people that they could go public with. And, and I feel like that probably is true in a lot of political circles. I'm sure that is true about, all, in Republicans, Democrats, that's all true. The difference is that Donald Trump will call things out. You know what I mean? He'll say things about people that another president wouldn't. And that makes him even more dangerous and more scary to the people that are around him. And that's why it looks like that they're supporting him. Now, the people like the Democrats support Biden, and they would, and they will, and they do, but not to the degree like people are acting so loyal to Trump, because sometimes some Democrat might say something like, Biden shouldn't have said that, or we want Biden to do this or that. They don't really do that with Trump. And don't you wonder why? It's because he collects information. Him and his sons, that's what they do. And they have so much information. And with his big mouth and the way that he behaves, they know he's not afraid to use that information that they have. Somebody that's respectable like Biden, he may have information about people. Of course he does. He's been, all his life, he's had this big political career. He's been in the Senate all his life. And he knows all kinds of information about people, but he would never divulge that. And he would never use that as a bargaining tool the way that Trump does. People are loyal to Biden because they really, really, they love him, they respect him. People are loyal to Trump because they're afraid of his big mouth and what damage he could create for their careers. And look how many people he's taken out. He'll do it. They know he will. And he can even tell lies, He can even say things that turn people against innocent people, like the lady and her daughter that worked with the voting machines, I forgot her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And told lies about them, saying that they did something wrong. And it was total fabrication, lie. So people know that about him. He has the power to destroy your life. And the people that are in politics, they know it better than anybody. That's why they're loyal to Trump. And this is how he does it. He gets this information, and classified or not, he uses information to control people. And he's been doing it for a long time. Anyway, all right, guys. So this is running a little bit long. I'm going to have to let you guys go because y'all are going to be tired of listening to me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and following along. I appreciate it. God bless each and every one of you guys. If you'd like to get a reading with me, just look down below. I'll leave my email. I'm also still doing chakra balancing. I'm doing energy work. I'm doing healing sessions still. Now, if you send me a request for healing, I promise you I'm going to do the healing. Even if I don't get back to you right away, know that your healing session that you were, was done. I just want you to know that, because people will send me healings and then I might not get back and respond to them right away, but I will do the healing session, I promise you. So if you know somebody that would benefit from a healing session, or yourself, you feel the need to, need one, have some pain, this can be really helpful for people that are in pain. You can get relief right away. So if you need a healing, let me know and I'll send a healing session to you. All right. That being said, I am going to wind it up and say goodbye now. Love you guys so much. There's so much more to talk about, I know, but when I'm gone for a whole week, got too much going on and so much to say and so little time to do it. But I will come back in a couple of days and do some more updates, talks, and, maybe a part 4 on my story. I know some of y'all are waiting on it. Like I said, it's kind of fragmented a little bit, but I have more to the story. There's a lot I can't say. I wish I could. I wish I could tell y'all every little thing about my life, things that have happened. I wish I could tell it to y'all, but there's people I have to protect, and it would hurt if I said everything that I know. But all of us have interesting lives. And I love reading you guys, comments and the things that have happened in your lives also. And we can share and compare. A lot of people have gone through many of the same things. So I love reading them. Keep the comments coming. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. And I look forward to hearing from y'all soon. Love you so much. Have a wonderful day. And do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now. Love you guys.